Hey there, welcome to my channel. I am live with you on YouTube. And I had a request for a Theraband workout. Anytime you want to request a workout with a certain prop or type of Pilates workout, just use the comments below in these videos. I read every comment. So I'd be happy to create a video based on your request. My name's Gretchen. I'm founder of Balance to the Core, and I do Pilates workouts. So we are here with the band. We're going to really sort of dive deep into muscles that are hard to get into without the prop. Eventually, we want to get rid of the prop and see if we can still feel those muscles that we do get with a prop. But today we'll use the band when we can so that we can really dive deep into those muscles. If you enjoy working out with me and you want a little 5-day Pilates where we really dive into your center, really learning what does it mean to work from your center and get these exercises from your center, check it out. I have the link in the description below, or you could just head on over to balancetothecore.com. All right, so let's get started. Let's put your band to the side for a second, and let's just kind of see if we can get into our center and find some pelvic alignment before we start using the band. So lying down here, if you ever need any sort of props to help you with your alignment, you can check out the video up there. I'll post it after this live video so you can see what you might need as some props to help you with your alignment. Okay, so as we're hanging out here, just really getting the back of your pelvis to be very heavy onto your mat. Nice and flat. I like to use sort of the heels of my hands and my fingers and just make a triangle under there and just make sure that triangle is nice and flat. All right, and we're just going to roll the pelvis towards you a little bit. Feel the low back lengthen in the mat, and then we're going to just take that pelvis and tip it away. And you might feel your low back just get a little stretch. So it's not too much of a movement. We're just really trying to isolate the pelvic movement. Inhale, exhale. Just feeling sort of the release of the low back a little bit. Start warming up the muscles that are around your pelvis. And then try to get that pelvis flat again. And we're going to tip it side to side. So tipping it. And when you tip, we're not bringing sort of the whole leg, lower half of the body with us. It's just isolating the pelvis. So almost feel like one hip bone down, one hip bone reaches up, and then we go the other way. And notice, did your thighs and legs move? Did your knees move? We want to really try to isolate the pelvis here. And if you're feeling tight anywhere, you're going to feel this, especially if you have any sciatica or anything like that. You will feel those vulnerable areas. Just get a good stretch. All right, then just sort of take it to center. Anchor your arms to your side, bring your legs together. So as you anchor your arms, you're going to push your fingertips and palms into the mat. You're going to push your upper arms into the mat. Feel your chest expand here, but we don't want to expand it so much that our chest lifts off the mat. Feel your upper back also lengthen and anchor into the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Feeling that posture. One more time. Dig big, deep breath into the upper back. Almost feel the upper back open into the mat. And then we exhale. This time I want you to inhale, lift your heels. Keep expanding into that upper back. And then on your exhale, I want you to find your abdominals, pull them into your spine, and then just let your feet hover off the mat. If it's too much to give it a little hover, you can take the legs up a little bit higher. The key is I don't want that low back arching off the mat. Just hold it here, seal your inner thighs together, keep breathing. Anchor those arms, feel the back of your pelvis anchored. And then with control, we take those feet down. If that was good, you stay there. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we take those feet a little further away. As you inhale, just sort of prepare yourself with your posture. Draw your belly into your spine. And on the sort of the second part of that exhale, you're going to hover the feet and really keep your spine in the same alignment. We don't want anything arching or lifting. or popping, and just breathe here. You can start to alternate little taps of your toes here as you keep that alignment. Keep breathing. If you want a little bit extra challenge, you can take those arms straight up to the ceiling. Just make sure nothing loses its engagement, nothing pops off the mat. And then just with control, take those legs back down, bringing your arms to your sides. Let's get our legs a little bit more distance and then pull the heels towards your seat a little bit. You're going to roll the pelvis towards you like we did in the beginning, but continue that roll towards you as you then articulate your spine up towards the ceiling. Now you want to make sure you're not arching through the back here. So really feel your tailbone pushing through your inner thighs, through your knees, reaching to the opposite wall. So it's not up, it's reaching away from you. Anchor your feet. I like to imagine a mini ball in between my knees. I don't want that ball to release. And then the palms and the upper arms are pressing into the mat, just like we did in the beginning as well. Keep shooting that tailbone forward as you start to articulate it down the spine. As you articulate, you still have that energy of the tailbone reaching away. And then settle and find the back of the pelvis anchored into the mat. Let's do that again. You're just going to roll the pelvis towards you. Pull the abdominals in. Continue to reach that pelvis away from you as you're lifting. Your chest is heavy on the mat, but it's nice and wide as well. Arms are anchored. As you roll down, can you keep those upper arms and palms anchored into the mat? Feel how that's going to engage the upper back. Warm it up. Warm up the arm muscles. We're going to do one more here. Feet stay anchored as we roll. Lift and reach. Gaze is straight up to the ceiling. Keep that nice little space underneath your neck. And I want you to shoot your knees forward. Shoot that tailbone forward as you anchor the upper back. Feel that opposition and roll it down. We'll do some marching here just to make sure that pelvis is nice and anchored. Feel the stability of your pelvis as you march. Good. Feeling the activation of the back of the leg as you anchor the opposite leg into the mat, right? As I lift the foot, I'm pressing down with the other one. Feel the opposition. So we wake up the seat. 4 more. Good. 2 and 1. Go ahead, bring both legs in, grab and hold yourself up. Beautiful job. Okay, so from here, we are going to use our band. And I want you to just wrap the band around the balls of your feet. And then we're going to straighten our legs in front of us. All right, our legs should be a little bit warm at this point for that work. All right, so clicking those heels together, anchor them into the mat, but also shoot them forward, get length, and then lift up through the spine. So we just anchored the back of the pelvis on the mat. We're now anchoring the pelvis vertically onto the mat. So the sitting bones anchor as we lift tall. Take an inhale here. You're choked up onto that band a little bit. And on your exhale, pull the waistband back. As you pull it back, keep those heels sealed together and anchored to the floor. What I quite often see is this heels together, but they're lifting off the mat where you're locking the knees. Do you see how my heels are lifted? Push those heels into the mat. You might have to unlock the knees a little bit, bend them a little bit, and feel when you push your heels into that mat, it activates the hips, the back of the hips, right? We're going into this little roll back here. And then as you come forward, keep those heels exactly where they are and lift your body up and over your legs. So you got to give me seat and hip power. We roll it back. Arms will straighten, pull your waistband back. And then seal those hips together. Dig your heels into the mat as you lift your body up and over. So as I go up to and over, it's almost like I'm pulling my butt bones towards each other. Do you feel that? That's going to help you lift up and over. That's super important when we do the roll up. Start to make your way a little further down. Seal the heels and inner thighs together as you dive over. Maybe go to your low back, arms straighten. Feel that low back anchoring. And then heels down, heels together. As you come up and over, there's going to be a sticky point where your heels are going to slide forward. I don't want that slide forward. I want you to instead lift your body, use your butt bones as you take it over. So what I mean about using the butt bones is I'm like pulling those muscles inward towards my midline, and it helps really stabilize the lower half as the upper comes up and over. Again, right? That sticky point, heels down together, hips pull in towards your midline. I'm going to go down to my head. Feel the opposition of your body reaching one way and then the other, and then chin to the chest. Find that sticky point. What do? Up and over. Good. You got two more. Pretty soon, it becomes a little bit more seamless and your whole body works together. You don't have to focus so much on those hips. And then just take it on down, stay down there, wrap the right foot in the band, and come on up. All right, so now I'm just gonna keep the band in between my thumb and index finger, so my fingers are nice and open. You're never wrapping around your wrist or anything. You wanna just anchor the upper arms down. So you've got that posture we worked in the beginning, right? Upper arms down, press them into the mat, and as you do that, you're gonna feel your chest expand. And then just keep the upper back on the mat. So you're wide in the back of the chest, but they're anchored. Stretch your heel up to the ceiling and pull your toes towards your ankles. Good. Feel that stretch. And now push the ball of the foot away from you. Now you're going to pull the ball of the foot towards you so the top of the foot pulls towards your shin. And then push the ball of the foot away. One more time. Pull it towards you. And then press it away. Hold it away as the opposite leg anchors down. It hasn't moved from what we did before. Heel anchors, thigh anchors. Beautiful. Now give me a little bend in the knee. Notice I didn't bend all the way into my chest where I lose it. It's just a little soften and then push up and little bend. As you push up, can you press from the anchored pelvis? I like to call that power of the pelvis. All those muscles that wrap around your pelvis, like the outer hip, the inner hip, the outer thigh, the hamstring, right where the hamstring meets the seat. All of those muscles help press that leg up. Now you're going to hold it up there, right? Anchor the bottom leg so you feel both legs working. Anchor the back of the pelvis. And then we take that leg over. Bring it back to center. Now, as you go over, you're not bringing your pelvis with you. Just stretch the leg away from you and reach it over. One more time. Come to center. Anchor the back of that pelvis. Anchor the upper arms. And then we bring it down, reach it out to the side, come back to center, anchor. Yeah? Over, down, around, up, and center. One more time. So it's really only my wrists moving to guide that band. Now stay there. Anchor the bottom heel, reach through the top heel. We take it out to the side as far as you can without that other hip lifting. We bring it down, over, and up. Again, you're reaching the leg away from you without moving the back of the pelvis. When you've done your 3, really hold it. I'm going to choke up on this band and now bend that thigh into the chest. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. That bottom heel stays anchored. Keep that bottom heel anchored as you push up into the band. Lift it up into that one-legged teaser. You're going to pull your elbows wide and notice those arms stay on your back. As you pull the elbows wide, bring the nose to the knee to the nose. Keep that. Feel that stretch. Bring that shape down. Reach and bend. Lift the head, neck, and shoulder. Push up into it. Elbows wide, nose to knee to nose. And as you roll back, you're going to feel that stretch all the way through the hamstring, maybe the low back. One more time. Bend. Lift and reach. Nose to knee to nose, and bring that down. With control, wrap the other ball of the foot. So now we're on the left foot. Roll back and reach that leg up. Again, the band is between the thumb and index finger. Slide down until you can get your upper arms down. Upper arms press. Chest might lift, but I want you to really anchor that upper back. All right, your leg is straight. We pull the toes towards your ankle. We press them away. Ball of the foot pulls towards your shin. You push that ball of the foot away. Really be intentional with this. Pull the top of the foot towards your ankle. Push the top of the foot away. Now hold it there. Give me a little bend. It's so little. And then press and reach and little bend. So now I want you to really feel the reach coming from your power of the pelvis, right where the seat meets the hamstring. Feel your outer hip pull towards your midline. So I really want you active in those muscles around the pelvis rather than the knee. Hold up there. Anchor your bottom heel. It should not have moved from when you placed it before. Heel anchors, upper hip anchors. We cross over and come back to center. Now, as you cross over, the back of the pelvis does not move. Just feel the reach of the leg. Now it crosses over. We take it down, out to the side, and then hold it in the center and really anchor that bottom, reach the top, cross, down, around, and up. And my wrists kind of help guide the band, but my arms aren't moving. My pelvis isn't moving. Now we go the other way. Out as far as you can without that opposite hip lifting. And really trying to nice wide circles so you can really feel the work around the hip. You really want to strengthen those muscles around the pelvis. And that's going to help you stay super strong. Injury-free, right? Will improve your balance and coordination with everything we do. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders as you choked up on that band. Anchor that bottom heel as we lift up. Elbows wide. Pull the leg towards you with your back muscles as nose to knee to nose. Keep that shape as you roll it back. Bend it in. Push and lift. And find that shape. One more time. Beautiful job. And then we'll just sort of wrap around the feet again, okay? And this time we're gonna take our legs a little apart, all right? I probably have like a little bit more than a fist distance between my heels. And then you're just gonna cross the band. I do that because notice what happens when you cross the band and pull on those pieces of the band, your toes roll in, right? And you can feel that from the hip. Immediately, like you can pull in and feel those hips kind of turn inward. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pull that band apart and then let it go. So you're going to pull the band apart, and I want you to pull apart from your hip. Do you feel the difference? Let the toes roll in. They roll in from the hip. And then pull the feet out with your hip muscle so that you're parallel. One more time. Pull apart or pull it together. And now pull apart. Hold the hips there. Take your elbows and pull them wide. So now we have more tension on that band. You got to give me more hip power, right? And when you can really work the muscles around your outer hip and the seat, it's going to help you lift taller. Notice how the body works together. We don't just let the legs go and try to sit up tall. Do you feel the difference of nothing working down there as you lift tall? And now activate and see how the length comes from every part of your body. That's where true flexibility happens. When I first started Pilates, I could not even touch my toes. I had to bend my knees for everything. I was flexed like this. This is how it felt. It was agony. The flexibility came from working these stages, working the details, just hold. And then I want you to release that band and then pull the elbows wide. Release the band and pull wide. And every time you pull wide, you're going to feel your back muscles work, but you're also going to get those outer hips, keeping the legs parallel. Okay, you got 3 more. 3, good, 2 more. 2, hold it wide on 1, and release. Good. All right, just take those legs wide. It feels nice to do that, right? Legs are wide. We'll do a little spine stretch forward here. So heels and hips anchor. Feel your height come from your hips and your center, and then we dive it for 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. Come on up. Last time, really anchor the butt bones as you lift up and over. And then you come up, arms reach, arms wide, rotate and dive. 3, 2, 1. Come up in that twist. We go the other way and dive at 3, 2, 1. Rotate and dive. So we're trying to do this really keeping those hips anchored. That's why we did all that band work. Do you feel your legs just staying put, really staying stable into the earth like roots? One more time. Good. Come to center and release. Beautiful job. Just shake that out. All right, we're going to come to center. I want you to take the band around the right ball of your foot. All right, and then set it back. And then you're going to take the pieces into your left hand. All right, so right ball of the foot, left hand. You need a kind of more than a 5-foot band to do this. If it's a short band, this is going to be tough to do. All right, so now I want you to stay on all fours and really find your center here and push that right foot back. So you're not sitting into either side. You're really square here. Push that band further. Try to get more stretch, and it comes from your center, not by shifting back. Reach deeper from your center. And now lift that leg up. Okay? I want you to stretch so far into that opposite wall from your abs. Tap the foot down, lift up and up. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold the up there, right? Reach long through the tail so you don't arch your back, and give me pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. I'm going to come up. I'm going to turn to you. It's still in my right foot. Right foot goes out to the side. All right. I want you to really find your pelvis. Roll over your knee. Take your left arm up to the sky and stretch your body over. And then reach up out of your waist as you take your arm down. It's anchored on your back. Your hips stay over that bottom knee. Give me really power the pelvis here. I want you to get all the muscles around your pelvis working and lift your leg up. Tap it down and reach that leg as you lift. Think of reaching more than lifting. 3 more. 3, 2. You're going to hold it up there on 1. Hold it there and give me mini circles. One way. And now the other way. 3, 2. Hold it here, a little forward, a little back. Forward and back. And you want to keep your torso where it is for 3, 2, and 1. Now stretch it from your center. As you come up, your pelvis should have moved. It's right over that knee. And take yourself over one more time. Yes, good job. All right, so now take that band off. We're going to place it into the left ball of your foot. Wrap it and cradle the toes as well as the top of the foot. We come into our all fours. So you bring the band into the right hand. So your right hand, left foot. We already have tension on that band, so it helps you find your center here. And then once you feel like you've got it, press your foot back and make sure you're not leaning to either side. Square off the pelvis, draw the belly in. I want you to try to reach deeper into that band from your seat and from your abs, right? Can you engage more? Maybe feel your outer hip wrap into your midline a little. We lift and lower. Lift and lower. Almost like you're lifting from your inner thigh as well, so we don't turn that leg out. We want to stay parallel. 6 more. Good. Keep breathing. I like to exhale when I lift. Helps give me power. One more time. Hold it up there, and you're going to give me little pulses, but I want more of a reach than a lift. 7, 6, 5. Are you reaching into the opposite hip? Stay square. That bottom hip should pull in as well, and then come on up. All right. We're going to take that left foot, reach it out to the side. Okay. Your pelvis is right over your knees. Really finding your squareness. Take your arm up by your ear and give me a side bend. Good. Arm stays on your back as you use it like a kickstand. Down on the mat, your hips don't sink back here. Keep them over that bottom leg. And it's like 3 feet, three anchors here. You've got your hand, your knee, and your foot. And your pelvis is trying to lift. Yeah? Lift that leg as you reach it. Tap and lift. And it's going to be a different feel on this side. Your sides feel very different. So just kind of being mindful of that. 2 more. And hold that leg up there. Okay, 3 circles each way. And then we circle the other way. Keep your pelvis where it is. We're just trying to keep the hip in the pelvis socket, the hip socket. Stay right there, reach longer, little forward, little back. Again, trying not to bring the pelvis with us or our chest, really isolating the leg and the hip. 2 more. Keep that leg up. Good. And we come back up, anchor, and take it over for a little stretch. Yeah, good. All right, release that. Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want you to remember what it feels like to reach the legs from our pelvis, right? And our abs. We're not reaching from our knees. So we're going to go first into a little extension, and then we're going to come up into a plank. And I want you to really focus on what's going on in that leg reach. So as we're down on the mat, imagine we were just using the band, right? Reach the legs and kind of reach along through your tailbone. Feel your feet anchor. Now I want you to keep that leg reach as you lift your chest, and feel your chest reach forward as your legs reach away. Tailbone reaches away. And the more the legs reach away, the more you're going to find your center, the more you're going to find your seat, your hips, your thighs, right? One more time. And then we come down. And now I want you to come on up and then just sort of let those arms hover, reach them out to the sides. And then you're going to pull your hands up to the sky and then pull your pinkies towards one another as you lift your upper body a little bit more and bring it back down. We come up, hover, reach the arms. Now lift the arms like an airplane. They start to pull towards your center and bring it down. One more. Down. Sit it back for a little stretch here. All right, so I said we're going to go into a plank. All right, so now that leg reach is so important in our plank. All right, that is where we get our superpower from. So widen your fingertips, push into your fingers. I want you to take one leg back and hold it there. So imagine we had the band there and that much of a reach that we got. Push your ball of the foot into the ground and lift your other leg. Have both legs reach away and really stand in those feet. Find the power of your pelvis here. Activate those muscles around your pelvis. Squeeze your thighs together. Hold that, and then just try to open your chest forward as you reach the legs longer away. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down. Sit it back for a little stretch here. Sorry, I've got hair in my mouth. All right, so we're going to do that one more time. Maybe try a little elbow bend. If you don't want to do that, just hold plank. If you want to drop down to your knees, you can do that as well. So we're going to shift forward. Reach those legs as they come up. Really stand in those legs. Power in those legs. Squeeze the hips together, right? And just give me a little elbow bend, push back up. Elbow bend, push back up. One more time. You can either go back into that little child's pose or lift your ribs, walk back to your feet, and roll it on up. I'm a little chopped off. It's all right. If you're back in your child's pose, just keep that stretch. We're coming back down. Reach those arms up, and then just dive your body up and over, keeping your hips where they are. Just stretch here. Good. And then seal your heels together and your hips together, just like we did on the mat. Anchor the feet through the earth. Wrap the hips. Feel the power of the pelvis as you come up. Do you feel how those legs, dive it over again, really support this? So if you're in child's pose and you want to try to work with this, just come up to a standing any way you want. We're going to do one more. All right, anchor the feet, the hips, the heels. Keep the arms by the ears and feel the power the whole body gives you there, right? One more time, we dive. Good. And then feel power of the pelvis, hamstrings, hips. Ooh, as you come up. Good job. How'd you do? You feel good? Did you get all those muscles working? I really want you to really grasp how the body, when it works together, no muscle works more than another muscle. Right now, yes, I'm cueing your pelvis a lot more than other muscles, but that's because most of us are not used to using it. Those muscles don't automatically turn on. They have to mentally get connected and engaged and initiated. Um, so it's really important. Sorry, my phone was going off. So it's really important as you're doing this to constantly remind yourself to turn those muscles on. Do you feel a difference when the muscles are turned on the pelvis? Especially moves where you think you're working the upper body or just the upper body, right? When you can get into those hip muscles, you see how when the hips support that upper body movement, you actually feel stronger. So that's what I love about Pilates is just integrating all of those muscles together so the body works uniformly. And we work all of this in my little 5-day Finding Your Center series. It's a fun little series. It goes back to the basics. It's really lets you get deep into those muscles. So again, if you're interested in checking that out, just head down to the description below. So I speak too faster than my brain. Head on over to balancetothecore.com. It's also right there. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I love coming on live with you. I love when there's no editing. It's just us. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you again next time on the mat. Take care. It doesn't want to end. It doesn't want to end. I keep pressing the button. End.